loudly बोलता आ रहा है get done because that. Fine. Good morning, everyone. So, what was the last topic we have completed? Fine. So far, the lemma fine. We go to the next theory proposed by Hugo de Vries. Hugo de Vries theory, that is called mutation theory, to explain evolution process. See, evolution, we must have defined this way, that a slow, gradual, progressive transformation of a living world from simple to a complex living world has been evolved over the long time. And obviously billions of years, at least 2 to 3 billion years it has taken. As long as you consider it as a process, this is the definition of evolution process. In terms of a product, when you see at evolution, it is all about having variations, having different species on the earth. What's the essence of evolution? It's all about having diversity on the earth. If there was no evolution, it would be those limited number of forms which were originally formed at the time of origin of life. Same varieties would be here. Few bacteria may be here. But no, we have moved on. We means life has moved on from bacteria to fungi to protista to plants to animals and higher forms of animals. So this progression is evolution, and as a product, when you look at it, it's all about having this millions of or lakhs of species which have been originated. If you bring it further, if you narrow down this process and understand it, it's all about speciation. Speciation is all about what? Having new species. That is the evolution process. So how come the new species arise? So Lamarck suggested that existing species use certain parts and disuse certain parts, and accordingly they change into new varieties and new species. That's how he explains speciation evolution process. As per Darwin, what is the mode of evolution? Again, he also says that with the existing organisms on the earth, variations occurring in them, some variations are accepted, some variations are rejected, and new varieties keep on coming on the earth. That's the way Darwin is looking at evolution. He's looking at speciation. And on the other hand, Hugo de Vries, who was working, a Dutch scientist who was working upon plant called evening primrose. Evening primrose. Scientific name, Oenothera lamarckiana. Oenothera lamarckiana is the scientific name of evening primrose plant. When he worked upon it, he came across one phenomenon which is called as mutation. What's the name of this phenomenon? Mutation. What happened is, he had one generation of evening primrose plant. The way our father of, Mendel was working upon the garden bee. So he was working upon evening primrose, and one batch of evening primrose plants were there. He was observing their characteristics. One of the characteristics which he observed was the length of style. You understand what is a style? In the plant, in the flower, in a carpel, the extended filament which is connecting the ovary and stem, that is called as style. So he was working up since generations. Suddenly in one generation he found that few plants, not all, few plants had elongated style. Suddenly the style length was elongated, reduction in length of style. Now this change in the character which he observed, for this change in the character, that is from a longer style, the style suddenly becoming short, this change in the character, he identified it as what? mutation. A Latin term, mutata. Mutate means to change. Mutate means to change. He said that this is the change in the character, which we can term as the mutation. It's a large change. It's not a gradual, slow change. It's a large change in the character. It's a suddenly apparent variation. That variation appeared which way? Suddenly. It was not that several generations had a gradual reduction in length of style. A generation previous, all flowers had a longer style. Suddenly, in one generation, it happened that style length became short. So, certain attributes he found in this phenomenon, and these attributes are this kind of a variation in character was which scale? Large scale variation. Second, how did it appear? Suddenly. Suddenly का meaning क्या होता है? Not over the generation, the reduction in length was sudden. एक generation पहले normal, दूसरी generation में suddenly short one. Then he isolated those plants. Let's say there are 100 plants, and out of that, 5 have shown this variation. He collected all those 5, allowed them to carry out self-fertilization and go to the next generation. The next generation also had the shortening of style, which means this change in the character was inheritable also. It was a spontaneous change. What do we mean by spontaneous? Imagine there were 100 plants. Out of that, 5 had this variation apparent in them. So can we call it as a spontaneous or not? Yes, it's a spontaneous. Had it been controlled by the environment, all 100 were exposed to the same environment. All 100 would have shown what? Same change. But it was not just because of environment or not because of environment. It was something within the organism which created this change. अगर environmentally influenced होता तो हर एक में, हर 100 में, हर एक plant में क्या होता? Length of the style would have been reduced. Something happened in those 5 out of the 100. So it was something which was and not influenced by what? For this type of changes, he used the word what? Means what? Latin term. This is a Latin term. This means he said that evolution doesn't come because of gradual, slow changes in the character and natural selection. No, it doesn't come in that way. It comes because of such mutations. The force which is working behind the evolution is which force? Mutation. As per whom? डार्विन का थॉट डिफरेंट है. डार्विन के लिए व्हाट इज द फोर्स बिहाइंड द इवोल्यूशन? एग्जिस्टिंग वेरिएशंस एंड नेचुरल सिलेक्शन व्हिच इज ऑपरेटिंग ऑन दोज वेरिएशंस. लेमार्क का थॉट क्या है? यूज एंड डिसयूज ऑफ द ऑर्गन्स इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर evolution. But Hugo de Rys says that no natural selection, no use and disuse of organ. Only thing which is working behind the evolution is which thing? Mutation. The large scale differences arising suddenly in a population, and they create new species. These variants create what? New species. That's the belief of whom? When we compare this thought of Hugo de Rys, that is mutations, and the Darwinian variations. So when we compare, so these are random and directionally. कुछ change हो जाता है character. Suddenly कोई चीज tall में से short हो जाए, short में से tall हो जाए, small में से large हो जाए, large में से small हो जाए. Sudden variations appear. These and are directionless, not just to make the organ better or not to make it worse. Randomly they happen. And these are large changes. ऐसा नहीं कि लेंथ अगर इतनी थी तो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में कम, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में कम, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में, ऐसा ग्रेजुअल नहीं होता. So these are large steps which are called as what? They lead to variation. Small changes cannot lead to evolution. Which changes can lead to evolution? Large changes. Large steps, jumps के लिए word use होता है saltation. Saltatory means jumping effect. आप कहीं पे स्टेप वाइज चल के जा रहे हो, उसकी जगह पे आप जंप लगा के जा रहे हो, जंप लगा के जा रहे हो, दैट इज नोन एज व्हाट? सल्टेशन. सो द drive towards evolution is not a gradual, it is a saltatory jumping method. Jumping means suddenly कुछ चेंज हो गया, बड़ा कैरेक्टर चेंज हो गया और नई वैरायटी अपीयर हो जाती, फिर उसमें कोई चेंज आया तो फिर से एक नई और वैरायटी अपीयर हो जाएगी इन फ्यूचर. That's how it happens. That's what who believes. On the other hand, what's Darwin's idea? The changes which are present are which one? Small and are directional towards making the organism more and more fit, or else they will make the organism more and more unfit. But they are in one particular direction. Either they will lead to its selection, or else they will lead to its rejection. And evolution is a which process? Gradual. One believes we are going in a slow, gradual manner towards new species. One believes that we are going in a jumping mode, like saltatory mode towards the arrival of new species. Actually, both are correct in their own way. अगर आप अंडरस्टैंड करें तो दो चीजें होती है, वो उसका कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. नई स्पीसीज आने के लिए प्रीवियस स्पीसीज में से ही आती है, नई स्पीसीज क्रिएट नहीं होती है अर्थ पे. So all new species which come up, they are coming up from the existing ones. Now, if the all members are similar, then there can be no other species. So it needs what? Variation. Which is the best theory to understand the variation? Mutation theory. Darwin could never explain the source of variation. He always said variations prevail. But from where they came, that is not explained by whom? That can be explained by whom? हमें आज पता है कि डीएनए में रेप्लिकेशन टाइम पे या अदरवाइज में कोई चेंजेस आते हैं तो उससे क्या आते हैं? वेरिएशन. सो दे आर द म्यूटेशंस. सो वी कैन जस्टिफाई एंड एक्सप्लेन द ओरिजिनल सोर्स ऑफ व्हाट? Mutation, variation. And that phenomenon is which one? Mutation. So Hugo Dore's theory is best in explaining source of what? Variation. Achha, each variation doesn't turn up into what? New species. So once variations come, then what operates on the variations? Natural selection. And it decides certain variations are favorable, certain are harmful. Let certain continue and some of them to get eliminated. So variations arrival and then after what happens is best explained by whom? Like एक मूवी का फर्स्ट हाफ कौन अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करता है कि वेरिएशन कैसे आते हैं, और उस वेरिएशन पे नेचुरल सिलेक्शन वर्क करता है, वो कौन एक्सप्लेन करता है? अगर आप दोनों थियोरी को कंबाइन कर देते हो तो द मॉडर्न थियोरी विच इज द बेस्ट वन टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ स्पीसीज ओरिजिनेट and how natural selection and variations, I mean how variations appear and how natural selection operates on them, and that leads to speciation, that leads to evolution. That is best way explained in a combined manner. Got it? Fine. Copy this one. We go to the next then after. हाँ, इसके बाद हार्डी वेनबर्ग का प्रिंसिपल, that is our next topic. Exam point of view, very important one, Hardy Weinberg's principle. Topic, very much complicated one, this one, extremely complicated initially. At the end of the topic, you will say it was very easy. So try to get the grip right from beginning, try to understand, ask question in between if you have, and then we will go slowly towards the end of it. Two scientists, I don't know where the nationality is mentioned in the book, German, Hardy and Weinberg. So is it mentioned they are from where? One is British and one is German. Not mentioned, leave it. Two scientists, Hardy and Weinberg. They gave one principle to understand the evolution from different perspective, and that is from genetic perspective, genetics point of view. What is evolution? So far we were discussing about character and this and that, nature and environment and all that stuff. These two are giving another look at evolution, and that is from which angle? Genetics perspective. It says that the frequency of occurrence of alleles, first of all, what are alleles? Given gene having two or more optional forms, one for, let's say, tallness, one for dwarfness. So these are the two optional forms of genes for which one? Height. So these two are supposed to be called as what? Alleles of each other. You understand? Another one, IA, IB, small I. These are the three alleles which control what? Blood group in human. These three are supposed to be called as what? Alleles of each other. So you understand the concept of alleles, that two or more alternative forms of gene controlling the same character but giving different expressions are known as what? Alleles. The frequency of occurrence of alleles of a gene. What is the frequency? The rate at which it is occurring in the population is known as what? Frequency of occurrence of an allele. Let's say there are two plants. How many plants? Two plants. In which one is capital T and another one is capital T, small t. How much is the frequency of capital T in this population? 75%. And how much is the frequency for the small t to occur in this population? You understand that? Had it been this one, what is the frequency of capital D? 100%. How about small d? 0. In this population, what is the frequency of small d? 50, capital D? 50. So you understand that whatever population is there, let's say 1,000 individual or 1 lakh, in them, for this character, there must be a genotype. In this genotype, this or that allele must be there. So if you count and work out, you can work out the frequency of what? For the given allele of a gene in a given population. And they say that this frequency remains fixed. This frequency remains what? Fixed, constant over the generations. I mean, if you have a let's say, 10 lakh population worth how much? 10 lakh individuals. 10 lakh individuals are there. Frequency of capital T is 70%. Frequency of small t is how much? Always it should be totally 100, na? Yes or no? So if you consider this being 0.7, so other one is supposed to be? Total is how much? 1 unit. 100%, ya fir 1 unit. So if you see the population in the given generation, let's say generation 1, okay? Generation number 2, these are parents, their offsprings. In them also this frequency will remain how much? Same. Third generation में भी ये frequency कैसे रहेगी? Same. एक दो individuals में या 10 lakh है तो few individuals में आगे पीछे होगा, लेकिन average it will remain what? Same. This is the statement given by Hardy and Weinberg. What does it say? The frequencies of occurrence of a given alleles, or frequencies of occurrence of given alleles of a particular gene in the given population shall remain constant, fixed over the generation. ऐसा इसको क्या कहते हैं? हार्डी वेनबर्ग्स प्रिंसिपल. अच्छा, it is known as genetic equilibrium. This constancy is known as what? As long as this constancy is maintained, which constancy? Which genetic equilibrium? Frequency of alleles, occurrence of alleles in a population. As long as it remains same, we say what is maintained? The day this frequency is altered, it will be heading towards what? As long as you maintain the equilibrium, no progress towards what? But the moment these frequencies are changed, which means one or the other allele population is increasing and other allele is iska, meaning natural selection has started operating, and that might lead towards what? Change in the frequency of alleles in a population is all about what? जैसे ये चेंज हो जाए, लेट्स से कि ये 40 हो जाए और ये क्या हो जाए 60, तो क्या समझ लेने का व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? एग्जैक्टली, कोई चेंज आ रहा है. चेंज नहीं था, दैट मीन्स स्टेबिलिटी थी, इक्विलिब्रियम था. इक्विलिब्रियम ब्रेक हो रहा है, दैट मीन्स व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? चेंज इज कमिंग. चेंज इज ऑल अबाउट इवोल्यूशन. डू यू गेट द सेंस ऑफ व्हाट वी आर लर्निंग? और ये जो था ना जीन पूल है, इसको क्या कहते हैं? जीन पूल. जीन पूल इज व्हाट? The total genes and their alleles in a population, it is considered as what? Gene pool. Hypothetically, the population was made up of two clans. Capital T, small d, small d. This was their gene pool collectively. 4 alleles, out of which 2 capital T, 2 small t. ये 4 alleles क्या था? जीन पूल था. उस जीन पूल का फ्रीक्वेंसी कैसा रहा? 50-50. और ये कैसा रहेगा सक्सेसिव जनरेशन में? कांस्टेंट रहेगा. चलो, ये ऐसा था. तो गिवन जीन पूल हैड हाउ मेनी जीन्स, ऑफ विच 3 आर एंड 1 इज, और रेशियो क्या था? ये था फ्रीक्वेंसी, और ये कांस्टेंट रहेगा इस जीन पूल में ओवर दी. So the term which is to be clarified is the total genes and their alleles in a, इनमें ये जीन पूल है. तो ये जीन पूल अगर कंसिडर करते हो, I mean, now you can understand what is a gene pool. When you consider a population, and in all members of this population, this gene and its alleles are present. Collection of those alleles is known as what? Gene pools. We don't take it out. We just understand that they are prevailing in them. Collectively, they make a gene pool. The gene pool, another expression of this is here. The gene pool will remain what? Over the generation. Clear all? Are you all clear with this line? What we are trying to understand? पहले हार्डी वेनबर्ग का प्रिंसिपल लिखा, फिर उसको नैरो कर दिया, छोटा कर दिया. क्या कर लिया एक लाइन में? Gene pools remain constant over the. Gene pools are what? Collection of alleles of a given gene occurring in population. उनका जो भी proportion में available है वो ऐसा रहता है. ये किसने explain किया? हार्डी एंड वेनबर्ग. Let us understand this in further detail. They put a condition over there. This is a conditional statement. Statement says that frequencies of alleles of a gene will remain constant in a population over the generations, provided that, conditional, if the population is what? See, if this was 70-30 and the population was 10 lakh members, it's a big population. It's a which population? Big population. It's a very large one. And if you believe that this population is not subjected to large scale mutations and natural selection, you imagine how come the change might come. अगर किसी पॉपुलेशन में चेंज आना है तो कैसे आ सकता है? एक तो कैसे आ सकता है अगर वहां पे म्यूटेशन हो जाए. चलो, कोई नया 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 अलील आ जाए तो ये फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज हो जाएगी. So one of the possibilities is that mutation that can bring a new allele and can disturb the existing combination. दूसरा possibility, किसी एक allele का elimination हो जाए और किसी एक का क्या हो जाए? Selection हो जाए. तो उसको क्या कहते हैं? Natural selection. तो अगर ये दो अगर होते हैं तो ये proportion में changes आने का scope रहता है. What can change these proportions? Two things. One and two. एक तीसरा भी होता है. गैमेटिक कॉम्बिनेशंस मियोसिस टाइम पे, इसमें से कौन सा वाला गैमेट आएगा, इसमें से कौन सा गैमेट आएगा पॉपुलेशन में, वो आगे फॉरवर्ड होने वाला है, वो भी एक चीज होती है। वो फैक्टर कब वर्क करता है पता है आपको? फ्रीक्वेंसीज को कब ऑल्टर कर सकता है? जब पॉपुलेशन छोटा हो। When you have a big population, again that factor is neutralized. Average का जो लॉ होता है उसमें क्या होता है, इतने सारे मेंबर्स में चांस ऑफ कैपिटल T टू डिराइव एंड चांस ऑफ स्मॉल t टू डिराइव बिकम व्हाट, इक्वल। छोटे पॉपुलेशन में चेंजेस आ सकते हैं। So which conditions need to be seen for following of genetic equilibrium law proposed by Hardy and Weinberg? Population considered must be large so that recombination doesn't affect the frequencies. And second factor, natural selection should not be operating in that. So one of the allele is not increasing its proportion and another one is not decreasing. And third, what should not be there? So that a new allele is not arising over there, not going to change the frequency in that scenario. So three things must be there. The population should be large, not subjected to mutation, not subjected to, then only the gene pools will remain what, constant over the. इसका मीनिंग ये समझ में आता है कि छोटे पॉपुलेशन में इवोल्यूशन होने का चांस ज्यादा है कंपेयर टू विच वन, लॉजिकल है। जब तक फ्रीक्वेंसीज कांस्टेंट है, चेंजेस नहीं आते, इवोल्यूशन नहीं होता है। और कौन से पॉपुलेशंस में चेंजेस नहीं ज्यादा होता है? तो रिवर्स सोचो, छोटे पॉपुलेशन, स्मॉलर द पॉपुलेशन ग्रेटर द चांस ऑफ, बिकॉज उसमें फ्रीक्वेंसीज चेंज हो सकती है। किसकी फ्रीक्वेंसीज? allele occurrence. Let us understand this through one example. The sum total of all allelic frequencies should be what? जैसे ये वाला 0.7 प्लस, अगर परसेंटेज में कंसीडर करते हो तो इट शुड बी हाउ मच, और नंबर्स में करते हो तो इमेजिन इफ देयर वाज IA, IB एंड स्मॉल I, तो इसमें अगर 55% है, इसमें 25% है, तो इसमें कितना होगा? 20 होगा। आपको समझ में आ रहा है? यहां पे ये तीनों को भी मिलके कितना प्रिपेयर करना पड़ता है? अगर किसी में 4 अलील हो तो 4 का कंबाइन कितना होगा? 100. Number of alleles could be whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total proportion should be how much? 100% ही होगा। मैथमेटिकल लॉजिक है। Assuming that there is a gene controlling one character has 2 alleles, allele capital A and allele dominant allele, and in a population frequency of occurrence of capital A is small p. This is what? Small p. Frequency of occurrence of the another allele is what? Small q. जैसे capital T and small t are what? Alleles. But 75 is small p and 25 is small q. Do you understand what does it mean? 75% is what? Occurrence of allele capital T in the given population. That is 75%. And उसको हम symbolically क्या लिखेंगे? Small p. दूसरा, occurrence of allele small t, how much is the occurrence? Frequency 25%. So frequency of occurrence of small a is how much? 25%. उसके लिए क्या हम सिंबल यूज करेंगे? स्मॉल q. Small p and q are not alleles. They are the frequencies of these alleles, the rate at which they are occurring. Capital A occurs, उसकी frequency को small p, और capital small a की frequency को क्या कहेंगे? Small q. Do you understand that? Now, because we are diploid, we are which type of organisms? Diploid organisms. So in diploid organisms, chance of occurrence of these alleles in a population can be explained by the given equation. P plus Q whole square. दो अलील है, कैपिटल A है और कौन सा है? What is the chance of occurrence of both the alleles in a population? Both alleles in a population. Small p plus small q whole square. Small p is what? Frequency of occurrence of capital A allele. Small q is what? Frequency of occurrence of allele small a. P plus q whole square is equal to what? Frequency of occurrence of both alleles in a population together. Understood? Let us see the further equation in detail. P plus q whole square is equal to what? P square plus 2pq plus maths का एक typical हाँ. Now p square means to have small p and small p. Small p individually क्या होता है? Occurrence of capital A. Small p साथ में means occurrence of capital A and capital A. Capital A and capital A means which condition? फिर q square means what? To have q and q. Each q represents frequency of having small a allele. Another q means frequency of occurrence of small a. That means small a, small a. Small a, small a means what? Condition of homozygous. And capital A, small a will be to have capital A allele and small a allele. Frequency of capital A is small p, frequency of small a is small q. So PQ represents what? Heterozygous condition. So look at this, capital A plus 2 capital A small a plus small a small a. ये elaborated version है उसका. आपको समझ में आया? Further it can be understood with one example. If the frequency of allele capital A is 0.6, means how much percentage? 60% in the given population. So find the population proportion of all possible genotypes. हमें क्या find out करना है? Proportion of all possible. It will go in this manner. P plus Q whole square is equal to what? P square plus 2PQ plus Q square. Here, P square is equal to 0.6 square plus 2 0.6. Q is how much? 0.4. Because as per the rule, P plus Q should be always 1. P is given how much? Plus Q is equal to 1. So Q becomes how much? You understand? So now 0.4 plus 0.4 square. Yes or no? What is the value for this one? Plus 0.48 plus 0.16. Total कितना आता है by the way? Workout. 1 आता है? Isn't it? अच्छा, if we transform it in a percentage, so this is how much? Percentage 100 हो जाते हैं, हाँ या ना? 36% कौन सा जीनोटाइप होगा? 36% of the population members will be homozygous dominant. फिर probably 48% members of the population are which one? Heterozygous. Probably 16% members in the population are which one? That is how you can understand the same. Clear? Yes. Give me the confirmation by solving two problems which I give. Problem number 1. If the frequency of allele capital A is 0.9, 0.9, and then find all the possible genotypes with their proportion. Students who are online should also try to solve this one. Just in the given example, you have to write down instead of 0.6, 0.9 and work out the answer in the same manner. 0.81, 0.18. Nay, you just let me know how many will be homozygous dominant members. 81% will be possibly which one? Homozygous dominant. How many are heterozygous? 18. And how many are? 0.01. This is wrong. 10 possible. 1%. मैथ्स का प्रॉब्लम ना, इसीलिए बायो में बच गए, 2 साल बिगड़ते। यहाँ पास तो हो जाएंगे एटलीस्ट। मिला आंसर? कोई है जिसको आंसर नहीं मिला? एक और करके सॉल्व करके देखते हैं। Proportion of frequency of capital A is 0.3. Now girls will remain silent. These two boys. Wait a minute. If all are done with first one, homozygous dominant ka percentage? Correct. Heterozygous ka? 42. Is he correct? Yes. And homozygous recessive? Perfect. Clear? Last one. Something for specialists. Another one also, na? I give this much information only that ABO blood group is in consideration. Allele IA proportion is 0.3. Allele IB proportion is how much? 0.2. Find out the possible genotypes in the given population. Try. Out of the 3, 2 informations are provided, so third is automatically clear to you. ABO blood group with 3 alleles, IA, IB, small I. I am giving information about 2 of them. IA is 0.3, IB is 0.2. Find out the small I and subsequently find out the all possible genotypes in the given population with their proportion. Rather genotypes, I would say that work out the phenotypes of the population. Work out the phenotypes of the population. It's a challenging one. If you can do it, it's great. By the way, writing is done this side. Achha. I have asked to find out phenotypes. How many will have a blood group percentage wise? How many will have a B? How many will have a AB? And how many will have a O blood group? Got to work out that. Now, first of all, have you done it that small I is equal to? Done? Over here, what correction you must have made? More frequency. So P plus Q plus R square. Yes or no? P plus Q plus R square. P for I A proportion, Q for I B proportion, and R for small I. Understood? What? How when you expand it? P square plus Q square plus R square plus 2PQ plus 2QR plus 2RP. Done it? Do it if not. Students, as for the online students, as there are three alleles in consideration. So three frequencies will be considered: small p, small q, and small r. Small p for IA, small q for IB, and r for small I, and that would be 0.5. That will make it 1. Total, the sum total of all allelic frequencies should be 1. So that's how it is 1. Now when we consider P plus Q plus R, three of them, whole square. So its expansion will be P square plus Q square plus R square plus 2PQ plus 2QR plus 2RP. Like that. And now fill up the information. You will get the correct genotypic combi. And then subsequently you have to find out the phenotype. How many will have a blood group? 99%. 39%. B blood group? 24. AB blood group? 12. This is the total. P square का कौन सा ब्लड ग्रुप होगा? A. हाँ या ना? Q square का? R square का? O. Am I right? फिर 2PQ का क्या होगा ब्लड ग्रुप? फिर 2QR B and 2RP. कंफर्म किया ऐसा सिस्टमैटिक? O का कितना आया? फाइन. इंडिविजुअली आपको A का मिलेगा, B का मिलेगा, फिर O का मिलेगा, फिर AB, then B and A, not O. Again A, like that. और फिर A वाले दोनों को कंबाइन करके, B वाले दोनों को कंबाइन करके, और AB और O का एक एक सेपरेट मिलेगा. 6 possibilities मिलेगी उसमें से, because there are 6 genotypes for it, isn't it? Which you will get over there. So make me write down so that online students just cross check your answers. A with breakup. 2 PR RP, isn't it? This much comes to how much? 30. B में Q square plus which one? 2 QR. How much for Q square? 20. फिर AB के लिए 2PQ, how much is that? एंड O के लिए क्या होना चाहिए? R square, how much is that? So that's how you should get the answer. Well, copy this one before we go to the next. बोलो इनिशियल अब कैसे लग रहा है? अगर देखो ये प्रॉपर पॉपुलेशन की है, अगर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन तक भी यही रहता, तो व्हाट वी कंसीडर equilibrium is there, genetic equilibrium. And if any of this proportion changes, then what do we consider? Things are changing, equilibrium is disturbed. That is what is happening. It is moving towards what? Change. ऐसा नहीं कि थोड़ा चेंज आया सडनली इवोल्यूशन हो गया, बट इट इज द बिगिनिंग टुवर्ड्स व्हाट? the last time disturbance in genetic step forward towards what? Let me first complete so that it should not be left behind. The factors which affect the Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium. Hardy, the British scientist, and Weinberg, the German scientist, they collectively gave this concept. Actually, one of them was mathematician. Hardy was a mathematician, whereas Weinberg was a biologist. Because the whole whole theory was based on that equation, if you see, and that cannot be promoted by or explained by biologists. It has to be the mathematician to explain all that stuff. The factors which can disturb or can affect that equilibrium: P square plus 2PQ plus Q square, and that frequency maintenance. Actually, that P square plus Q square. Now, P plus Q is equal to 1, and this remains constant. This idea is given by whom? Hardy and Weinberg. And that can be affected by these things, one of them. Bottom line, these factors can be the one which can disturb what? Equilibrium, genetic equilibrium. Gene flow, or also known as gene migration, genetic drift, mutation, genetic recombination. And while explaining the conditions in which only the Hardy-Weinberg's principle is followed, I mentioned two of them at least. That mutation can bring in another allele that can disturb the equation. अगर ये equation P plus Q is equal to 1 है और मैं इसमें ऐड कर दूं P plus Q, फिर R एक नया allele आ गया mutation से, तो are they the same equation? No. इनका जो भी frequency होगा वो alter हो जाएगा after arrival of another one. So mutation, I told you even about natural selection. That let's say this P plus Q is equal to 1. Let's say this is 0.8 and this is 0.2 and this is 1. But natural selection is promoting this allele. So this goes to 0.9 and this goes to 0.1 to make it 1. So isn't it the frequency being changed over there? So another thing which is affecting, and that is which one? Natural selection. And one more I mentioned about, and that was about which one? Genetic recombination. It occurs at which time? Meiosis. While making what? Gametes. Which allele will go in which side? जैसे किसी के पास capital T small t है और उसमें से allele pass on होना है gamete में, तो which one will go in which side और कौन सा में मैनेज हो जाएगा, वो proportion मेंटेन रहता है. The two things which you need to understand as additional factors, and they are gene flow and genetic drift. First is the gene flow, also known as gene migration. Population A, population B, population A members. Capital A, very few are here. With small a, capital A, fair skin. Let's say small a, dark skin. Yeah, tall and dwarf, जो भी consider करना है. Let's say this is 0.8 and this is how much? And that makes it 1. Here all members are which one? So let's say capital A and small a. Capital A is how much? 1. Small a is how much? 0. ये था scenario. अब क्या हुआ? My mistake. This is 0 and this is 1. Okay. अब क्या हो रहा है? Migration हो रहा है. Few members are migrating. Rather than migration, immigrating into the other habitat, permanently coming. So let's say these few members are added over here. Will it remain the same? Again, section. So when a section of a population is migrating from one habitat to another habitat, along with that group of organisms which are moving, their alleles are being added into this habitat. And when these alleles are added, the existing frequency is likely to be changed over there. So that change you can see over here. So one of the factors that can change the frequencies of alleles is which one? Simple. I have a population of a garden bee in which all plants are tall. But from another garden, I am bringing in 10 dwarf plants and adding in the given population. Will it not alter the population's frequency of alleles? Yes. The allele small t which was not prevalent over there, it will be now added into the group, isn't it? So that is going to alter the frequency over there. Do you understand this? Yes. This is called as a gene flow. Genes are flowing actually along with the organisms into the another population. Product. Then genetic drift.
Now, small p seems to be how much? 0.8. Small q seems to be 0.8. Total is what? Another population, B population. Small p seems to be how much? 0.8. Q seems to be 2. And total is supposed to be 1. 8 and 2 का ratio यहाँ पे 80 and 20. By and large, it's a proportionally it's a 80-20 ratio. Fine. Now, understand this phenomenon of genetic drift. Set right effect. Set another scientist, right? Another scientist. Together they gave this concept of genetic change in the gene frequency by chance. In which one? Small. This is set right effect is applicable only to which population? Small. That in a small population, gene frequency can change even by chance event, which is not possible for which population? Population. I give you an example, try to understand. Let's say that by chance in this population, these two individuals die in a car accident. So what will happen after the accident? P1, Q0. You understand that? In B population also two individuals are killed, those two, which were died, killed in an accident. Will it be changed from 0.8 to straight away 1? No. You understand what I am saying? Two people died here, two people died here, both were black, both were black. But in the small population, immediately it had an impact on what? Frequency. But in a big population, it didn't have an impact on what? Frequency of the silence. What I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say two different things. First of all, a chance event. The accident was a chance event. It was not a natural selection. A chance event can lead to change in the frequency of allele. But it is apparent in which population? Small population. But it may not have impact on which population? If there is a small population and in that a gene frequency, allele frequency is altered by certain chance event, then that is known as what? Genetic drift. See, there is a drift from 0.8 to 1. Is called genetic drift. Frequency of a allele is changing from its existing one to another. But what is the factor behind that? Neither mutation nor natural selection. It is not even random. It is which one? Chance event. Something happened and few members are lost and immediately it has an impact on the frequency. अगर ये एक मर जाता तो may not have been changed so much. But ये वाले जो है जो अलील का पॉपुलेशन एकदम कम था और सडनली उसमें कोई चेंज आएगा इमीडिएटली द इंपैक्ट विल बी रियलाइज्ड ऑन द ओवरऑल फ्रीक्वेंसी but same thing which happens here in a bigger population and it doesn't have any impact on the total frequency percentage. That means set right effect is applicable only in which population? And that too it's just an accidental or a chance event which is responsible for alteration of frequency. And that too in a small population. This is also identified as which one? Genetic drift. Clear? Yes. Related to the genetic drift, they have given explanation for one more event. Let's talk about that phenomenon rather related with evolution, and that is termed as founder's effect. That is termed as which one? Founder's effect. Let's say that this is the big population. This is the original larger parental population. It is original population. It is large population, and it has got variations also. With what? Variations in it. Two types of variations are prevalent. Let's see this as a tall or black-eyed individuals, and this as which one? Blue-eyed individuals. As a two type members type population. Okay. Somehow, few members of this larger population are segregating. Segregation means separating from the original population. And like they go to some other island or some other remote area, and now they are not in contact with which one? Original population, larger parental population. They are disconnected over. When they got separated, small groups were created. One of the group had only members with which island? One group was miniature of the original one. It looks as if it's the same one but in a smaller size. So it had all the variations. And another one again with only this is the founder group. This is the founder group. This is not the founder. This has a tendency to make a new species. Different from which one? Parental. Will this be able to develop into a new species over there? No. It is almost a replica of which one? Parental. It has all the variations which were prevalent in what? Parental. But this one had not all the variations which were prevalent in parental. The separation of small group of individuals from the original larger population, and this separated group not carrying all the variations of which group? Parental. Then it is known as which one? Founder. क्यों इसको founder नहीं बोला? It is carrying all the variations which are prevalent in parental. क्यों इसको founder बोला? It is not carrying all the variations which are prevalent in parental. So when a small group separates, not carrying all the variations from the parental one, it has a tendency to make a new species. Compared with which one? Then you call this effect as which effect? Sometimes the change in the allelic frequency will be altered. जैसे यहाँ पे P was black eye and Q was blue eye. This was 0.5, Q was how much? 0.5 total क्या था? 1. यहाँ पे क्या रहता है? P 1, Q 0. यहाँ पे P 0, Q total दोनों में 1 हो गया. But then what happened? Frequency or genetic equilibrium, is it the same like parental or different? Different होना, that means क्या हो रहा है? Existing equilibrium break होगा. यहाँ पे P how much? 0.5. Q 0.5. Has it retained the same equilibrium what was there here? Is this evolving into new? No. But these two, have they retained the same what was there in the parental one? That means their genetic equilibrium is disturbed. That means they are heading towards that means they might develop into a new. So sometimes the change in the allelic frequency is so different in the new sample of population that they become a different species. The original drifted population, original ये है, but ये कैसा है? Drifted. So the population is drifted from original or larger population, mother population. They become what? Founders. And this effect is known as which effect? Founders effect. अच्छा इसको कॉम्प्लिकेटेड किया वरना आप सीधा अंडरस्टैंड कर लोगे. बड़ा सा पॉपुलेशन है with lot of variation and small group of members from that population get separated. Interestingly, selectively they are getting transferred or drifted. What with all those which are getting removed from the main group, they all carry one particular allele and not carrying other alleles of a gene. That means they are going to have an altered equilibrium over. You write down, you read, and then you ask if you have a question.
Genetic drift is applicable for only small population.
Oh, my mistake. This was I'll go and explain to them. Fully.